Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving back into one of my favorite distilleries with one of their newest releases, and it was on my list of most want to get this year. Bum bum bum, it's Daniels Barrel Proof Rye. That's right, the new gold label. You may be used to the Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Tennessee whiskey, bourbon. Uh-oh, shocked some people there. It's bourbon. And I do love that bottle, but they've added a rye, in case you didn't know. I hear they're also doing store picks of these, although I have not seen one of those yet. But could not be more excited to get this. Pick this up in New Mexico because PA is still sitting on them. They're on the website, haven't released them. Price on these bad boys is $68.99 a bottle. We want to round up $70 hairs, we'll say, which is almost exactly what the Tennessee whiskey ones are going for. The other gold labels, they're about the same price now because PA had a little pricing increase on us and bumped us up. They used to be like 66, but either way, they're roughly around the same price. Now, you may remember that in 2020, the Heritage release or special release of the year from Jack Daniels was a barrel proof rye. Didn't get a bottle, sorry, don't have a sample. Someone sent me one and I'll do that comparison for you, but don't have a sample of that. I've tried a sample a long while ago. Loved it. One of the best things I've ever had. I don't think this is going to be as good, okay? You're talking about a special release versus a shelf bottle, okay? It's not going to be as good. So this is like a poor man's version of that, even though they cost the same amount. Now, this particular single barrel comes in at 133.2 proof. Compute, 66.60% alcohol by volume. So she's a hot one. She's not hazmat. I saw some of these are coming out of hazmat. She's not hazmat, but she is hot. Color on this bad boy, nice and dark. Look at that. Now, we will compare that to the original gold label, the bourbon. This one is 131.2 proof. Compute, 65.60% alcohol by volume. However, this is a store pick from Creston's Wine and Spirits and is my favorite of all time of these. So this is better than a standard shelf Tennessee whiskey. But in case you want to know the difference, one's got a black neck tag with black lettering in the gold. This has got a green neck tag with green lettering in the gold. So that's how you can tell them apart. But from a distance, they look a little similar. Color on these, Creston's is a tad darker. And just to get us warmed up, we're going to try the Lexi Phillips Single Barrel Rye Edition. And this one is just lower proof, but it's still a rye from Jack Daniels. This one comes in at 94 proof, compute, 47% alcohol by volume. And this was the 2021 Lexus A. Phillips Assistant Distiller pick. But these were kind of available everywhere. These are roughly like $40-ish in a full-size bottle. This is a $3.75, but a full size. I thought it'd be cool just to try this at first because the lower proof of the rye, and then we'll jump into the barrel proof, and then we'll compare it to the bourbon. Sound like a plan to you? Not if you agree. In fact, if you agree, hit the subscribe button. Alright, first up is the Lexi Phillips 94 proof single barrel rye. It's light in color. It's proof down, a lot of water in it. Ooh. Oh, this is good. This is on my list of probably wouldn't buy again because why buy this when you can buy the barrel proof rye? But we'll start here. Some bananas, some kind of char notes. Some little bit of breadiness and a little bit of rye spice. Let's take a sip. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got a little spice of rye there, like I said. A little bit of banana, a little banana bread kind of note on there. Just a little bit of rye spice. It's 94 proof. It's not going to hurt you. It's good. Would I buy another one? There's ryes I like better for the $40 or $50 range. Probably the barrel proof. Let's try the barrel proof. Here it is. What you've been waiting for, and let's do a color comparison for those at home. Oh yeah, the barrel proof here in my right hand is shades darker. Let's give this a nosing. Oh, this is like banana candies. I get a hint of maple, confectioner's sugar. Very sweet, comes off very sweet. Let's take a sip. Ooh, she's hot. On the palate, it's a lot of like candied banana. There's like a maple sugar note on there. Then the rye spice, and she's hot. Good long finish, good mouthfeel. Very good. Very good. Probably a new king of value for rye has been found. Alright, how do we like that compared to the old original gold label, the bourbon? Oh, actually, you know, they're not. Okay, so the bourbon is less sweet. There's some banana. There's a lot more char in this one, but I think a regular shelf bourbon and the rye would be very comparable, but the rye is probably a little sweeter with a little bit more spice on the back end. The noses are similar though. There's a little bit of banana here, char, and caramel, but this is a little bit less sweet and more char forward. Let's take a sip. Gosh. That is just a little bit of banana bread, char, barrel char, and just some good caramel at the back end of that. Alright, so the verdict tonight is that very fine Creston's store pick still wins, but I think the rye would beat a normal, just off the shelf, gold label Tennessee whiskey. So, the rye gets Bourbon Bill's A+ seal of approval, and you should absolutely pick one of these up. But keep in mind, this will be a readily available shelf release. If you see the gold label bourbons, you will eventually see the gold label rye. So don't go out and spend crazy secondary money, because these are supposed to be value kings that punch a little bit above their price class, which this is. But wait, that's not all. How does the new Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Rye compare against one of my other favorite Barrel Proof Ryes? Sagamore Spirit Cask Strength Rye. We're about to find out. Got a little mini here for the mini bottle. A little more. Alright, so vast proof difference. This one is 112.2, compute, 56.1% alcohol by volume. So 112 compared to 133. Not close in proof. The Sagamore is a blend of 4 and 7-year-old. The majority 7-year-old in there. MGP from Indiana. The Jack Daniels, we don't know. We could guess 6-ish maybe on that. Here's the Sagamore. Let's take a sip. Okay, so on the nose, this is way more just like traditional rye spice on the nose here. A lot of rye spice, a little bit like cherry, a little like red fruit. Let's take a sip. Wow. So the Sagamore's got really good mouthfeel. It's pretty sweet. Delicious blend of fruits and rye spice. It's kind of just fruity and rye spicy. That's what we got going on in there. Back to the last sip of the Jack Daniels Barrel Proof Rye. Just totally different. This is just maple banana. Maple banana compared to like bright fruits and rye spice. Gosh. I'm just a sucker for that maple banana note. So I'm going to give the win to the Jack Daniels tonight. But just know, this is not that far behind. Now this one is like 55, 60 maybe. So a little bit cheaper, but pretty close in price. So I'm here to say Jack Daniels hit another home run. So watch my video, the 10 and 12 year. I'll link it above. Those are home runs. Those are home runs. So of all the bottles I've gotten this year, the most have come from Jack Daniels. We got this one, got the 10-year batch 2, 12-year batch 1, and I'm hoping for the special release this year. So if you like what we saw tonight, please like, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button, everyone. Thanks. Have a good evening.